invested?
Am I invested? Yeah, I'm definitely invested.
How's the combine been for you?
It's been going good. Yeah, it started off kind of rough. I had a late flight, so I ended up getting a lot later. Had to go to the hospital that night, so I missed a couple of the interviews. Had to reschedule them for the next day. So.
When'd you get in?
Thursday, around 3:30, I think. Wednesday or Thursday, I don't remember.
Zach, how do you explain your tackles for loss number? I mean, I imagine a lot of teams are game planning for you, but yet the numbers were consistently there, consistently growth. Why are you able to make so many plays in the backfield?
I think for me is being playing instinctively. I feel like I have really good instincts when I'm playing on the field. That and being able to play fast and being the physical player that I am.
Zach, I think at both levels they're looking at removing the rule where you're able to jump over the line and block the field goal. If you're not able to do that in the NFL, how does that make you feel?
I mean, I never thought about doing that until that game, so that really doesn't apply to me, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Zach, you've been given labels like the best linebacker you haven't heard of. Do you feel like your talent's been overlooked until now?
Yeah, I would say that's why I feel a lot that my talent as a player has been overlooked, but that's not something that really bothers me or gets to me. I just want to go out there and have fun, do the best that I can do.
Who are some players that you model your game after?
I never really had a player that modeled my game after. I was really going out there playing for myself and playing for the teammates that I have around me.
What do it mean for Vanderbilt football to go in the first round, for them to have the first round pick?
I'm sure it'll be pretty big for them. I don't know if we've had that, or we've had that in a while.
How would you describe your strengths?
How
would you describe your strengths on the field?
I think I'm a lengthy player, a pretty fast guy, speedy sideline to sideline player, and that's something that's helped me, that and my instincts helped me to be a good player.
How much do you feel like you need to add more strength? I think that maybe was one of the knocks out there, and I don't know if the bench press numbers were what you were looking for, but do you feel like you need more strength for the next level?
Yeah, that's something I see as me possibly needing to, in order to succeed at the next level. That's definitely been a knock that I've heard about me, being able to have that strength playing at the linebacker position.
How have you answered that question when teams have asked? How have you answered that question when teams have asked you about it?
Basically the same thing. I think I've been around 225, 230 as far as my weight, and so most questions I've got is, would I be able to put on, maybe 10 more pounds and play at that weight? Would I be okay with that? And, that's something I've definitely been open to. I think with my frame, that's something I'd be able to do.
Do you think that you want to play in the middle at the professional level, or you versatile enough you think you can play all three spots?
I feel like I'm versatile enough, but middle is definitely something that I've been more used to.
Zach, Vandy seems to be trending in a positive direction. What would it take for them to, maybe get inch up closer to the top of the SEC East, maybe make a run at Atlanta?
What I see is staying committed to the process that we have going on there. Since Derek Mason has been there, we made quite a turnaround from when he first got there to right before I left. I think that showed with this past season that we had, that we're getting a lot better and that we're moving in the right direction.
What are some of the things, when you look at the best NFL linebackers, what are some of the things they're able to do that are kind of required of the best NFL linebackers right now?
Something that's definitely required, making plays. That's one of the biggest things that a linebacker needs to do, is make plays. And if you're able to do that, that's the sum up of the job, really.
How would you describe your strength in the area of pass coverage?
Pass coverage. I feel like I'm probably one of the better linebackers as far as pass coverage goes. I played Will mostly in our defense, which was the linebacker who did most of the pass coverage. So I felt very strong about that.
Zach, what was the turning point that turned you into somebody who could become someone great to possibly being a first-round draft pick?
The turning point. I'm not really sure. Most people would probably say it was the season where I first got my start in my sophomore season, where after like the third game I became a starter, and I went out there and started showing my abilities, and by the end of that season got the first team all SEC, and from there on I think that was the turning point.
What's your greatest motivation?
My motivation for me is my family. They've always supported me and, you know, gathered around me and showed me love and, you know, carried me throughout this whole process, even through high school. They've always been there for me, and that's what drives me.
Who was your college team when you were a kid?
Alabama. Yeah, that was my team growing up.
Piggybacking on the question about your family, you're one of 6 kids. Do you feel like that helps you now to be more of a team player?
Yeah, I think so. That's definitely something you got to learn being in a family like that, in a huge house. And not only that, I lived around all my cousins, so we were always playing together, playing football together, outside, playing just a bunch of different sports and games. And that's something you definitely have to learn, teamwork.
How many cousins did you grow up with?
I couldn't even give you a number. Like, my whole neighborhood was mostly my cousins. Yeah.
If I looked up your film against the Crimson Tide, did you play them a couple of times?
I never played them, no.
Never got to play them?
I never got to play them.
SEC has too many teams.
They're playing them this year, coming up.
Do you regret that you never got to play them?
That's something I definitely would have wanted to do. That's definitely something I would have wanted.
Alabama kind of sells itself. What would you say to a young kid considering playing ball at Vandy?
At Vandy?
What kind of advice would you give?
I mean, definitely with the way the program's going, you definitely enter into a program that's, you know, progressing, that's making changes. As you know, you have a chance to do something big at a place you don't see that, you know, that often, and that's something that kind of sold me when I started off, you know, thinking of going to Vanderbilt, is being able to put myself in that position to make a difference, and, you know, make a big change at school.
Have you spoken to the Titans?
I have, yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
What would it mean? What would it be like to be able to continue your career in Nashville?
I think that'd probably be pretty cool. I sat down with them, you know, discuss, you know, my background, my family, and, you know, how, you know, everything that I've done at Vanderbilt, how I felt about that, and that'd definitely be something that's pretty cool to be able to stay in Nashville.
How do you give yourself a self-scouting? How would you describe yourself as a player?
Describe myself? Someone that definitely has a great work ethic and passion for the game and passion for what I do. A hard player, someone who's a team player, you know, always putting the team first, but, you know, he's going to sell himself out for his teammates, and, you know, as much as my teammates will sell themselves out for me.
What do you want fans to know about the team that ends up drafting you? What do you want the fans of that team to know about you when you get selected?
Yeah, whichever team I get drafted to, you know, I'm coming in ready to make a difference, ready to, you know, be a starter on that team, whichever team it is, and, you know, ready to play.
You think you can play both the 3-4, maybe inside, or the 4-3? How do you see yourself at the next level?
I've played both 4-3 and 3-4. I see myself being able to do both.
Zach, you're from a pretty
struggle with your decision to come out. Do you think about coming back to Vandy for?
Yeah, I did. I was thinking about coming back to Vandy for a long time, and, you know, part of that was, you know, how invested I was in the program and how committed I was, and I feel like things were, you know, making a turn towards the right direction. I really still wanted to be a part of that, but what drove my decision, you know, wanted to be, you know, take care of my family. We've had a lot of issues come up that in the past few years that, you know, I wanted to be able to help with. You know, family being a very important thing to me. That's something I really want to do.
Zach, you're from a pretty small town in Alabama. We already talked about what it would mean for Vanderbilt football for you to come out and possibly get drafted in the first round. How does that feel to you to be able to carry that responsibility of representing your community and the school?
You know, I definitely know I have a lot of responsibility with that. You know, with the way I present myself and, you know, how I do here. But that's not something I'm letting distract me. That's definitely something I feel like I'm carrying on my shoulders, you know, in a prideful sense.
Yeah. Zach, have you met with the Lions?
I don't think I have. I met with a lot of teams.
It's Kansas City.
It's Kansas City, yeah.